Hi, my name is Veldora Rice, and I'm here to talk to you today about how you can earn college credits as a homeschooler in high school. A lot of people are concerned when they first start homeschooling about the rigors of homeschooling. How is my kid going to get into college if I homeschool? Will I be hurting them by homeschooling them in high school? The answer to that question is no. Homeschooling in high school can be very, very fulfilling. There are so many options out there for a rigorous academic um, program for high schoolers, for homeschoolers in high school, that it's not necessarily going to hurt your child's chances in college. In fact, I know I went to a private school, private college, and there was a very large homeschooling population that actually got into that college. And one of my friends was very, very smart, and he majored in biochemistry. Um, and he actually got into the school and went on to be courted by three different large colleges, Johns Hopkins, Cornell, and Carnegie Mellon, to get full ride scholarships into grad school. And he's currently in postdoctorate work as a biochemist studying cancer research at Johns Hopkins. So he has done very well for himself, and he was a homeschooler, and he was able to come into college with several college credits, and he went on and was very, very successful in the professional world. So homeschooling in high school doesn't mean that your child is going to be hurt in the college world. In fact, a lot of times it makes them much more successful, and it can be very appealing to colleges because it shows that they're independent learners, that they are self-motivated, that they are capable of coming into a college class and doing very well. So there are several different ways that I want to talk to you about making sure that your high schooler has the ability to earn college credits in high school and helps make that resume and that transcript look really good for colleges. So there's three main ways that students can earn credits in high school, and that is through AP tests, through Clep Tests, and through dual enrollment. Um, I have experience with the AP tests. I actually own a program called Write from the Heart, and we are an English writing composition for middle school and then literature classes for the high schoolers. And I actually offer AP English online to high school students. My program actually prepares them. There's two AP English tests, and it prepares them for both AP tests at the same time, so they can get 12 credits instead of 6 credits in 1 year, which is fabulous for a lot of kids. And they take 2 AP tests at the end instead of 1. And I also have experience with dual enrollments. I teach community college here in my local community, and I'm an adjunct professor. I teach a couple classes a semester, and I have absolutely had homeschoolers in my classes come through and get college credits as a dual enrollment student in a community college. Um, some of them I would not have even known that they were homeschoolers, except that they told me that they were homeschoolers. I've had high schoolers from the public school as well as homeschoolers, and the homeschoolers, to be honest, did extremely well in my classes. They held their own. They I wouldn't even have known that they were high schoolers or homeschoolers if they hadn't told the class that. So I have experience in 2 out of 3 of these personally, and then I know a lot of people who have taken Clep Tests and a lot of families who have used that as an option for getting high school credit. So today I'm going to talk to you about each one of those, what they are, how they function, what the pros and cons are in terms of going that direction with your child. So first we're going to talk about the AP tests. AP tests stands for Advanced Placement. Advanced Placement is very, very, very highly respected by colleges. An Advanced Placement class is a class that you take in preparation for the AP test. The AP tests are regulated by the College Board. The College Board is the overseeing organization for SATs and PSATs. So if your child is ever going to take the SATs, you're familiar with the College Board program. AP tests are simply a different kind of test that they offer to high school students. It is designed for high schoolers. It is available for high schoolers only. You have to be in high school in order to take the classes. And there are 38 options available. You can do English, math, history, art, foreign language, science, all kinds of different things. There's 38 different courses. But the thing that makes AP unique is you are actually taking the class. You are taking an AP class, a prep class, if you will, and that is what gives you the college credit, is taking the class. At the end of the class, in May of the school year, you take an AP test. The cost of the test right now in 2020 is $94 per test. Usually your school district covers it, even though if you're a homeschooler, you're still considered as part of your public school system. You can usually take the test at your local public school along with all of the public schoolers, and most public school districts cover that cost of that test as part of because you're paying taxes in that particular district. So that's your tax dollars at work, and they pay for the test for you. So the way that you get high school credits is not passing the test. The way that you get high school credit is taking the actual class. The way that you get college credit is passing the test itself. So in order to pass the test, it's graded on a scale of 1 to 5. There's a multiple choice section, and then there is an essay section for the English tests. History also has essay sections. The math tests have like math problems that you have to work out and put into the composition books that they give you to show that you know how to do a calculus problem, for example. The science have lab type questions where you're doing, for example, if you're doing the chemistry, there would be like a chemistry problem similar to a math problem that you would be figuring out and writing in a book. So there's the multiple choice section, and then there's usually like a practical section. The foreign language test, you're writing in the language that you're taking the test in, those kinds of things. And then those tests are graded, and they're graded on a scale of 1 to 5. 5 being perfect, 1 being not at all perfect. Generally, they correspond to 5 being an A, 4 being a B, 3 being a C, 2 being a D, and 1 being an F. So if you get a 3 or higher, that is considered a C or above. Most colleges accept 3s, 4s, or 5s. The college I went to only accepted 4s and 5s. Some colleges accept 3s. Now, some colleges don't take the credits. They give you college credit for it, but it doesn't necessarily count as your English credit. It might count as elective credits. For example, I ended up, when I was in high school, I took several AP tests, and I ended up with 18 college credits coming into college, which was wonderful. Those counted as my electives. So I didn't get out of any of my major classes, but I had to take 18 credits as a semester and a bit. So I had 1 less semester of elective classes that I had to take, which was a big savings, and actually allowed me to, I was able to triple major because I had the space in my schedule to take other classes. So sometimes they give you college credits directly. If you take, for example, the AP English test, then you get English credits. Then you don't have to take Freshman English 101. they give you 3 credits towards Freshman English 101. Sometimes they give you those elective credits and you test out of Freshman English 101 and you don't have to take it, but then you have to take a different English class. They still want you to take a college English class. So you're not taking English 101, you're taking English 102 or English 201. You test out of that lower English class that you've already shown that you could do that thing. So because it's a full year class, because the English or the AP class that you take in high school is a full year, that is 6 college credits because each semester of college is a 3 credit course. So they consider you having taken 2 college courses because you took this one class in high school. The really nice thing about taking an AP class is that it shows rigor. Even if your child fails the test and doesn't get any college credit, your child took an AP class. They took a college level class in high school. That shows they're motivated. That shows they care about their grades. They care about doing well. They are academically rigorous. So as long as they pass the high school class, they get high school credit no matter what, and you can put that you took an AP class on your child's high school transcript, which is huge for colleges to look at, regardless of whether or not they pass the test. So this particular option is a really, really good option because it guarantees you the high school credit. It does not guarantee you the college credit if they don't pass the test, but it does guarantee you that high school credit, and it looks really, really good on your transcript in terms of getting into college. So that's the AP test. In terms of where those are available for homeschoolers, homeschoolers can take those online. There is a huge market of AP prep classes available online. These are not cyber school classes. Cyber school is different. Cyber school is your whole curriculum being online and you take your whole curriculum from a cyber school teacher. AP classes are different. You can essentially, for example, I teach an AP class. You can come to my website and sign up for my AP class, and the only thing you're taking from me is AP English. So you're doing your math somewhere else, you're doing your science somewhere else. Maybe you're taking an AP science class from a different website. Online AP classes is a great way for homeschoolers to get AP classes completed. And in fact, if you're even a public schooler or you homeschool for a little while and you go back to public school, if your school does not offer a particular AP class, you can ask your public school to pay for you to take an online class for your AP credit, and then your school could pay me to take my online English class. So AP classes are available online. The other option for homeschoolers is a lot of local public schools allow homeschoolers to come in and take 1 or 2 classes at the public school, even though they're homeschoolers. So if that is an option at your public school, that's a good question to call your local guidance counselor and ask them. Is coming in and taking 1 class an option for my child? You can come in and you can take AP history at your local high school, and you're simply coming in, and again, you're homeschooling for all your other classes. You're just going to the high school to take that 1 AP class. Sometimes private schools open to that, but not usually. It's usually the public schools that are much more open to letting you come in and take that AP prep class at their high school. So taking advanced placement guarantees you the high school credit. Doesn't guarantee you the college credit, but it looks really, really good on your transcript. So that is one option. That's the AP test. Clep tests are very similar to AP tests, but in that they are regulated by the College Board. It's usually the same subject options. There's 34 Clep tests, and they are in English, math, history, foreign language, the same areas of study. However, Clep tests do not have a prep class at all. Clep test is simply you go to a testing site, you go to the College Board website, you sign up and register for a Clep test, and you say, I want to take a Clep test next month in American history, and you go and you take the test in American history. The tests are almost all multiple choice. The English Clep test and a couple of the other, the English composition Clep test has a written portion, and then there are a couple history and English Clep tests that are available that have optional writing portions that some colleges require that you do the optional part as well. This is different from the AP test in that your child will not get any high school credit for taking a Clep test. In order to get high school credit, you need to do a high school class. The Clep test works very well if your child has is self-motivated, has a lot of self-study. If they if for example, I knew a girl who wanted to take psychology, the psychology Clep test. AP doesn't offer psychology, I don't believe. So she wanted to take an AP or a psychology Clep test. So her mom bought her a college psych textbook, and she read that thing cover to cover. She took flashcards, she took notes, she worked through that textbook herself. And they did certainly put that on her transcript that she did a self-study of psychology as part of her high school transcript. But then she just went and took the test, and I believe she passed it and got 3 college psychology credits. However, it doesn't show the same sort of rigor that taking an AP class does, because it's all self-study. So obviously a college doesn't know, if you put down, oh, I read a psychology textbook. Well, how rigorous exactly was that? A college has no way of judging that. So they don't there's no prep class to show academic rigor if you don't pass the Clep test. You either pass or fail the Clep test. The nice thing is they're offered all year round. Once you take it and you fail it, you have to wait 3 months to take it again, but you can take it as many times as you want. It is not designed for high schoolers. It was originally designed for adult learners and military veterans that wanted to study, wanted to get some credits towards college. And now it's taken by adult learners. It's taken by college students even that say, well, I think I could pass that psychology class without taking the class. I think I could just take this test and then I get my credits, depending on the student. Veterans take it, and professionals that need continuing ed credits often take Clep tests. So it is not specifically designed for high schoolers, but high schoolers certainly can use them and get college credit for them. It's just not going to be on their high school transcript anywhere. You can get up to 3 college credits. The science one, some of the sciences give you up to 6 credits. Or again, it gives you that exemption, like you don't have to take English 101 as a freshman. You can jump right into English 102 and you get 3 elective credits. Please be careful with Clep tests to make sure that the college that your child is hoping to go to accepts Clep tests. Colleges are more likely to accept an AP test than they are a Clep test. Clep tests are not as well known. However, it's a great option if your child is doing a lot of self-study in something and they want to take a test. It's currently right now I believe it's $84 for a Clep test. I'm sorry, $89 for a Clep test. You would need to pay that out of pocket yourself. High school's not going to pay that for you, but $89 is a lot cheaper than a 3-credit course in college. So if that's something that your child is interested in, taking the test and getting the credit that way, if they're self-motivated and they can study for it, then that is certainly a great option. And then the last option is what's called dual enrollment. Dual enrollment is where your child takes a course at a local community college or university. Usually it's community college because community college credits are so much cheaper than university credits. University credits generally run in the $500 to $1,000 a credit. Some community colleges cost as little as $200 a credit. So depending on what you have available in your area, what financial aid you might have available for taking classes like that, you can pay for a college class. This option is obviously more expensive than taking an AP class or taking a Clep test, but you can take a local community college class, and any class that meets a high school requirement is eligible. So you might not be able to take, say, college pottery and have that count for anything in high school, although it might count for an art credit in high school. Most people go to community colleges and take an English or a math or even a science, and they get those out of the way. It's a way to free up your schedule in college, and it's cheaper, especially if you're planning to transfer to a four-year university. You want to make sure that you take classes that are transferable. So you want to think through what you want to look at, what college your child is planning on applying to, or what colleges, and see if they do accept community college credits. You don't want to pay for a community college credit that does nothing and doesn't transfer. That's a lot of money that you didn't need to spend. Although it does give your child experience in college. College classes do not make special accommodations for high schoolers. Like I said, I have had both high schoolers and homeschoolers in my classes, and other than them telling me that's who they were, I would not have known. I expected them to work to the same level as all of my other students did. You do need to pass the college class with a C or higher in order to earn the high school credit. So certainly it is possible to take a community college class and fail it and then be behind in high school. So you would want to choose this option if your child is academically able to handle a college class. Again, it does show rigor, the same way that an AP class shows that your child is definitely interested in being college bound. Doing dual enrollment does the same thing. It's just a little bit more expensive, but it does guarantee that college credit, whereas an AP class does not guarantee that college credit because they have to pass the test. And the other thing I wanted to mention is there are sometimes high school classes that can count for college credit. In my son's public school, for example, if he takes honors chemistry, it's not AP chemistry, it's honors chemistry, that correlates, it's in the high school, but that correlates with our community college's chemistry class. So if he took honors chemistry, all I would need to do would be to register that class through our local community college and pay the fees, which would be the cost of 3 credits. And then I have college credits for him. So there are options for students to not necessarily be in the college classes, but go to the high school and take the classes through your high school. But you still have to pay for the credits from the college. So dual enrollment is the most expensive option, but it does guarantee that college credit, whereas the other two don't if they don't pass the test. Obviously, you do need to pass the test here in order to, or pass the class in order to get the high school credit. So down below, I did do a chart here with all of the information I just talked about. This is down as a PDF if you want to print this out, but you can see I have all 3 options and who it's intended for. If you can put it on your high school transcript, that's the downside of Clep Tests. You cannot put that on your high school transcript because you didn't take a class. There's nothing to put on. The only thing you can put on your high school transcript is that you read a textbook or took a non-AP class or non-whatever class. You just took a regular English class. It tells you how many credits. All of them are institution specific. So make sure before you do these options, you are looking at what colleges is my child thinking about applying to. Do they accept AP? Do they accept Clep? Do they accept transfer credits in the classes that I'm thinking about going to in the community college. Um, do you get high school credit if you don't pass the test? There's obviously not a test in dual enrollment, but that's why I put maybe you need to pass the college class to get high school credit. You always get high school credit for the AP class. That is the benefit of the AP class. You always get that high school credit because passing the class is independent of passing the test. There is no high school credit again for the Clep test. The testing dates are available there as well as the costs. And you can see that the costs are different for each class. The cheapest way to go, obviously, is the Clep test because you're just taking the test. But there's no prep class. But the downside is you get no high school credit for that. The AP test, a lot of times the school will pay for your test. The cost of the class, it's free if you take it through your public school, but if you take the class online, like a class like mine, those generally run $700 to $1,000 for the full school year. So it is expensive, but if you look at it in comparison to the dual enrollment, it's going to be less expensive than taking a college class, because sometimes you have to take 2 college classes to get that 1 high school credit. And I just put the averages of tuition there. Obviously, if your local community college has scholarships or things like that, you might be able to get a community college class cheaper than an AP class. A lot of colleges like to see AP classes though, because AP classes are designed for advanced high schoolers, so it's showing a rigor that's different than the rigor of a community college. Talking to a guidance counselor about that is a really good idea. Even though you're a homeschooler, you can always avail yourself of the local guidance office in your local public school area. And you can also contact the college that you think your child is going to be applying to and speak to their you would want to speak to their registrar, the registration office, and ask them to direct you to the person that would be able to answer these kinds of questions about AP and Clep and dual enrollment, and find out those answers before you choose which one you want to go with. But like I said, this chart is below if you'd like to print it out and talk to your high schooler about it, talk to your spouse or your partner. These are all options. They're great options for high schoolers. Homeschooling doesn't need to preclude college. You can have a very, very, very rigorous high school program as a homeschooler and really take as many classes, if not more classes, because your schedule is so flexible. You can even go almost full time at a community college and be getting almost all community college classes, or taking all AP classes, because you have the flexibility to do that as a homeschooler. You're not limited by the daily schedule of a public school. So if you are interested in earning college credits in high school, these are the 3 most popular ways to do that. Hopefully that helps answer some of your questions. If you have questions, you can leave comments below the video, and I can try and answer them. But the best place to go for questions for things like this is your guidance counselor at your local public school. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this has helped you prepare your high schooler for college.